Hi Kiwi, alright, we are back at Hades 1, and I don't really have a build in mind for today's episode, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and finish off some of these leftover prophecies. So first off, divine pairings. The only two duo boons we do not have are the Zeus and Demeter Cold Fusion duo boon, and then the Dionysus and Ares duo boon. So those are going to be the four gods we're going to be looking for in this run. Whether we get all of that or not is going to be, well, we'll see. And then we also need to get Greater Recall, which I believe is the other Hermes legendary duo boon, or not legendary, not duo boon, just legendary boon. We're going to be taking the Aspect of Zagreus, which all it does at max level is give us 15 extra base damage on our attack and special, which sounds horrendously underwhelming. I think of all those gods that we said we needed between Demeter, Ares, Dionysus, and Zeus, I think Ares is probably going to give us the most early on with the damage from Doom, but we also stand something to gain by leveling up the Frostbitten Horn. Ultimately, though, I think we will go with the Ares Keepsake.
Might help.
We're going to be taking a whole bunch of heat, unfortunately, for this ragtag thrown together run. We are not doing extreme measures for. That was a remnant of last run, and I'm fine not having that go again. So let's just take middle management. Sure, why not? And a level of jury summons. Sounds good to me. So 3 levels of extreme measures, 1 level of jury summons, 1 maxing on benefits package middle management, and 1 level of tight deadline. Here we go.
What's the worst that could happen?
All right, so let's see. Do we get an early Ares? I'll take Ares on the attack, but we do not get that. Bull Rush charges faster. Special does up to 200% more base damage. I guess that could be good with the Zagreus, with the Aspect of Zagreus, since we have higher base damage on it. So I guess I'll try that. I don't think I've ever taken that hammer and actively used it before. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. I'm not. Oh, there's a fish. Where is my fish? There it is. I don't know. I have bad juju vibes about this run, not gonna lie. It does mean we'll probably want a percentage-based boon on our special, which means it'll have to be Demeter's special.
Victory.
Which honestly isn't terrible. If we're spamming special, we'll keep chilled on enemies very rapidly and keep them slowed.
I can take it.
Which makes the run as a whole a lot safer and easier to pull through on, I suppose. But let's see what Chaos offers us.
How strange it is to be subjected to the fates. But do not fall into the cognitive delusion that they have already made your choices for you, son of Hades. Rather, they are keen about anticipating every choice that everyone shall make, such as the following.
Interesting perspective on that. All right, special 47% more damage or 60% more damage on the cast. I think this one is very enticing just because it's a purple, but this is not too different in terms of damage, and it sounds like we're going special. So we'll take the 47% special damage up. Unfortunately, for the next 3 encounters, we cannot use our special without taking more damage. I forgot to switch our mirror back to allowing us to reroll boons rather than rooms, which is unfortunate. I'm immediately using our special because I forgot that I have a debuff on that, or a curse on that. So this is, in the last few seconds, everything seems to have suddenly taken a turn for the worst. I think we're fine though. I mean, I will say that often enough. All right, one key, Athena, or there's Ares. All right, so we'll take Ares here. I kind of almost want to say we'll have to forsake one of those gods that we said we need, just for the sake of a safer run, because Athena would make us have a safer run. That said, I mean, it's the shield. There's only so much risk I can take, especially the main issue is if I'm building around the special, I will risk taking more damage by virtue of the fact that while the special is in air, it's not like the Chaos Shield, where as long as one of the shields bounces back to me, I can still use my guard. I can't use my guard with the Aspect of Zagreus while using the special at all until it returns to me.
The more you slay your enemies, my kin, the stronger the bond between us, I think. Can you not feel it too? Though perhaps your lust for blood overpowers your other senses,
Alright, Ares, I'm hopeful you're going to give me something good. Like I said, hopeful. Not surprised, though. Thanks, Ares. Very helpful. Oh, excellent. We got his next bit of progression unlocked. I think HP is more valuable than coin here, so we'll take the HP. If we see a mini-boss chamber, that's kind of our chance to re-roll into a different god, potentially. I mean, if I'm going to have to use these door re-rolls, I may as well benefit from them.
You're dead.
This is just left over from our boomless run that we did in the last episode, and unfortunately, there's never really a reason not to use the re-rolls to let you re-roll God boons
My
because
boon from Master Chaos has evolved.
it's just so much more reliably useful for us. But this is
I'm
okay.
at the docks.
Can't afford any of this. Cool. Well, the game heard I wanted to consider Athena. I guess this is my chance to re-roll here since we mentioned
I
the
don't
other
think
gods.
so.
Demeter, perfect. Okay, yeah, we'll take the Demeter boon. This gives us a chance of getting a really juicy special, thankfully. And the Chaos boon is actually all finished, so I guess I can go ahead and start tossing out my special. Does not look like that's doing all that much damage, actually, so
Look out below.
here, we'll have Boldy do some extra damage. I guess I should have waited until I popped the armor, because that means... that would have meant a lot more damage for us overall. Alright, we're just going to spam special and finish this guy off. Alright, Demeter, give us something nice.
Why, little sprout. Young Zagreus. My grandson. I can scarce believe it still. To think that Kore, or Persephone, my daughter, she had been with foster brother Hades all this time. A match I wouldn't have expected, or approved. That's why she left. How blasted hearts do what they want.
She sounds more surprised than angry, which is good to hear, I suppose. We're not even offered the special. Of course we're not. Of course we're not, Kiwi. Of course we're not offered the special. I guess I'll take Ravenous Will because that is a 30% damage buff for not having a gem. Although, you know, maybe I should have taken her... No, her duo boom with Zeus makes it so Jolted does not wear off. So ultimately what it boils down to is we need to... I think we'll take the coin here. The HP is nice, but we're going to need to buy some shop boons, unfortunately. The game has decided that we are not getting anything of what we want aside from like the bare minimum Ares attack boon. Now, if I recall, Curse of Nausea requires a hangover affliction, and then Cold Fusion just requires us to have a enemy that is jolted, and it makes it so the jolted status effect never wears off on enemies, which sounds pretty wicked, honestly. But maybe not in this build, honestly.
We have an intruder.
No matter, though, I think we can easily make this work out for us. Granted, our damage is severely lacking. The Doom does do a fair bit of damage. I shouldn't say that. Doom will... The Ares attack that we got will carry us for at least a little bit.
These wretches.
Got some more gems. We'll take the coin here again. I'm going to save my room rerolls for mini-boss chambers that offer god boons. The reason for that is it's still I'm pretty sure it still guarantees a god boon to show up, and it'll give us the higher rarity boon, so all in all, just a better option for us where possible. It does feel like even though we got a chaos boon and that hammer that specializes in the special, I still think the attack is ultimately our better DPS tool, because we also knock enemies into walls, and that wall bounce does a whole lot of damage too. Alright, anything here? Light of Ixion, yeah, we'll take that. Chaos boons can be very helpful here, and a Nectar on the attack seems pretty decent for us. We don't really need Nectars for a whole lot, but any bit of damage that it gives is welcome in my book. Would you stop running away kindly, sir? Yeah, the special seems to be pretty lackluster, unfortunately. That's not a surprise. But in my defense, the other boons that were offered were mostly centered around the Bull Rush, which we are not running the Bull Rush on this build. Chaos? Sure, why not?
Going in.
Well, I mean, I bought the Light of Vixie, and I should expect this.
You have come.
Yes, I have. Chaos is very chatty. Attack deals 34% more damage, get another cast gem, or heal more, or get more HP. I don't really want to give up my attack. And given the fact that my attack is kind of the core of our damage, I don't know, it kind of sounds fun to take the extra cast gem, though. Maybe, yeah, let's do it. Let's take the extra cast gem, see where it takes us. And a Sisyphus, sure.
He's back again, Boldy.
That we are.
Said, my understanding is the Queen herself is back. Is that correct? Moreover, I have heard a truly fascinating rumor about her.
That I'm her son. It's true, sir. And she's back with us for now, indeed. I think we're all still getting used to it, but it feels good having her in my life.
You know what really blows my mind is the sheer volume of dialogue we have had up until this point. And now we have even more new dialogue just because all the characters have to react to what happened with the epilogue.
That's wonderful to hear. I'd always heard good things about that one. No wonder such a quality runs in the family.
Aw, Sisyphus, you're such a good boy. Glad you had your change of heart and became
I got you covered, Prince.
what you are in this game today. Thanks for your support, Boldy. Here, have a nectar. We've got plenty.
You're looking as stately as ever there, Baldy.
Let's
Well,
see, what did we get?
Baldy's got your back.
Ambiguity bonus. Perfect. Now we don't know what it'll do. Ambiguity bonus literally does nothing. Oh, hey, look, Dionysus chose to show up. Oh, right. Oh no, I am going into a boss fight and I'm not allowed to use our core DPS option. Also, I forgot that there's a timer. I'm not really thinking about deadline. Granted, a 4.5-minute timer to beat Meg, even with only our special, seems more than reasonable to accomplish. We will need to take Drunken Dash since I want to take a special that scales
Like this.
so that.
Got one.
Ooh, you know what? I really didn't leave myself with very good options. It'll have to be Demeter, which means we'll have to take Zeus's cast. If we take Zeus's cast, we can still get jolted on enemies. Perfect. So Dionysus.
I'll pay for that.
Perfect. He gave us a very high level Drunken Dash. That'll be very useful for us. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Assuming, I guess I should make the. I am making a gross assumption that this duo boon between the two of them will actually. Okay, good. We do have what we need to get this, and. So Cursive Nausea will increase the rate of ticks on our hangover effects. That won't really benefit us too much, but it's damage. It's all damage in the end.
Thank the fates I get to deal with you this time.
Yes, it's great, Electo. I agree. Here, have a shield, and another shield, and another shield, and another shield, and another shield.
Stop her.
All right, yeah, this is gonna be a slow Electo if I can't use my attack. Maybe I should just occasionally chip her with an attack. Although, realistically speaking, I can kite her pretty effectively by doing this. I have to say, on the higher level heats, Electo is by far the scariest boss of the three. I think Meg is definitely the easiest, but I don't feel like Tisiphone is terribly difficult either, admittedly. The real downside to this whole situation is that I cannot actually benefit from Bull Rush either, so I can't charge my shield. Which means my overall DPS is a little lacking. You know what, I just remembered I have Ravenous Will. I should toss out my cast gems as much as possible, even if I don't hit her with them. Just the fact that I get a 30% damage increase is quite nice. Yeah, I got clipped by that barely. Well, you know what, after I phase her here, I'll toss out Boldy, and that should do some solid damage to her too. Yeah, Force Overtime makes her generate her rage really fast here. Let's go ahead and toss this Boldy at her.
Let's get the drop on her.
The hell did that come from?
Well said, Sisyphus. I appreciate the dad joke. I wonder, is Sisyphus canonically a dad? And he doesn't talk about children in this game. I wonder if I can kite her through these traps to get some extra damage off on her. Seems like I can. Okay. Maybe that's my DPS strategy here, because the rest of my DPS is maybe not quite enough. We are kiting her through the hangover too, which is good. That'll tick up some extra damage on her. I mean, I didn't have any doubt I would get her. It's mostly just a matter of how fast I would get her, and it was not very fast at all. But we've still got a good 250 left on the clock, so I think we're fine.
Get out. Blood.
We just need to do 3 more encounters, and then we can use our attack again without taking damage specifically. We could always use it. It's just a little bit
Father.
less ideal.
Should I change things
All right,
up?
so we got the Ares keepsake. I guess we just need to force Zeus, and then we have everything except... Actually, no, I'm going to force Demeter because I really like her special. That will make things a lot easier for us. I'm not going to sell anything here. I don't need to. And then I think that's it. Because I can't really benefit from the attack. Buying a Nail of
enough
Talus at
Tartarus.
this point is kind of useless.
Got it.
All right, on to Asphodel.
Change of scenery, at least.
Oh, starting off with Demeter immediately. Can't complain about that.
Long way to go. I think I'm ready.
Hopefully the damage up that her boon will give us will... Hopefully, emphasis on hopefully, will benefit us to the point of actually mattering on this run. Feels like we did so little damage with our special that they didn't even notice we were there. Feels bad. Like, our fully charged special does, I think, 66 damage, which is not very good at all. At least I can toss it out very quickly, but now I know Unless that boon can work for the aspect of chaos, and even then I argue it's probably still not worth considering over other shield options, that I will likely never take that hammer option again. But, oh goodness, there must be a skull generator up here, right? Skull pile, I knew it. Oh, and of course it's tanky. I might just have to toss in some attacks here because this is going to take forever, and I only have so much time on tight deadline. I guess I can stack up some hangover on it before I do that.
What else?
I'm giving it one attack. There we go. That'll kill it. I think it was worth it just to speed it along a little bit. Alright, we will go ahead and take the special here. 89% more damage does sound quite solid, so yes, very gladly we'll take that. Let's go ahead and get our first Hermes boon.
All aboard.
Hopefully Hermes has something good to offer us. I guess we're looking for his legendary, so if we are offered one that affects the cast gem, we will take that. I forget what it's called. I think we only need one of the two. I just don't know what they are, because I really never ever consider Hermes, never considered Hermes cast-related boons outside of the Crystal Meme build, or Crystal Beam meme build that I ran. Because in those instances, there's actually a direct benefit for it. I guess Beowulf and Hera or other weapons that could probably benefit from that sort of a weapon, or that sort of a boon. But again, they're not really the sort that I think about using that often. On the bright side, now I have damage. I have pretty decent damage on the special. It doesn't necessarily feel like it's worth charging up, but maybe it is. It's almost dealing double the damage it was doing before, and I guess it's a very reliable way of getting status privilege if I just dash into enemies, apply hangover, and then toss my shield at them.
Everybody on Olympus, they're still going on about Persephone, queen of the underworld. They had no idea she was down there all along, none whatsoever, cuz. And as for me, now I can deliver you my blessings more officially, I think.
Yes, it's nice that you can do that officially. Special is faster, it's 20% dodge. Neither of these are really what we want, and Greater Evasion doesn't even set us up for potential rush delivery, sadly. Greater Recall, we need Flurry Cast, quickly reload, or we could take the Lambent Plume. Okay, that is good to know. So maybe if I am given Zeus, I take the Lambent Plume on the final floor? Not for the sake of it benefiting us in any way, but yeah. I guess I will take... let's just take the survivability. The other two aren't that appealing to me. And we'll take the Chaos Gate here. Potentially getting another special up, potentially getting another cast gem. Or just attack damage at this point I'll settle for, honestly.
In the name of Hades.
More HP, dash strike, or attack does more damage at the cost of reduced dash range. That'll be a little rough because I think we're going to be seeing Lerny soon. But I do think that is what I'm going to take. So dash has 42% less range for the next 4 encounters. No, Poseidon, go away.
I won't have it.
Ares, sure, we'll do it. We'll take the Ares boon here because it can make our attack boon be a little bit stronger. I still cannot attack, so what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to dash like this, toss Boldy, bail out, and get all that damage on them. Perfect. That played out exactly as I wished it to.
Oh, that was from Chaos.
I'm a little worried about this guy just destroying me, so I am going to I think I will take less damage in the long run if I just choose to face the brunt of that damage on the attack. Plus, having called upon Sisyphus, did I just call him Sisyphus? I'm so sorry, Sisyphus. Since we called upon Sisyphus, we will have the added benefit of those little HPs that he or the little sandwich snack things that he drops for healing.
The curse of chaos has expired.
Excellent. We can give him an ambrosia.
I offer you this ambrosia in your name and honor, Lord Ares. To the god of war. How many foes have I vanquished with your aid and guidance? But more than that, I am pleased to know you, and to be your cousin.
Ah, such an exquisite gift this is indeed. Yet the destruction you have sown, the sheer carnage, nothing can surpass that, I should think. Should you ever go to war, my kin, genuinely go to war, I mean, do look me up. I imagine I would take your side.
Sweet sentiment from the god of war, I suppose.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Alright, cast Battle Rage, or, okay, I think we take Impending Doom, because that'll pretty substantially increase the damage of our Doom procs. It'll slow it down a fair bit, but I still think the damage overall is worth it. It's a pretty hefty number increase.
Hit the spot.
And now we can use our attack again, so that's fantastic. And we're seeing another Hermes, so there's a chance we're offered the boon we're hunting for now.
Thanatos? You called?
Hey, Than.
I got the feeling you could use some backup here.
I wouldn't mind it. The HP you offer, plus the fact that I am very, very slow right now is a bit rough.
Thanks.
Wither and die.
All right. Would be cool if you gave us some easier to kill enemies, but there we go. The slow Doom procs will make this a little bit trickier, but I think I just dash around and use my attack as much as possible and kill what I can with it.
You're next.
Seems like it's doing a pretty decent job of wiping these guys out. Ben hasn't gotten any meaningful kills. I think we got that kill. Yeah, we did.
Settles that.
Cool. All right, Hermes, what have you got?
Hades.
Quick recovery, quick reload. Okay, quick reload is one of the boons I think that leads into his legendary, so that's good. Not guaranteed, but that is one. So now I don't have to worry about taking the Lambent Plume later. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Now we get some HP. Perfect. And now what do we see next? Do we see Zeus? We do not. Mini boss, or I think I just take the darkness here. I fear that if I try to reroll minor finds like gems, coins. Actually, do coins count as minor finds? I don't think they do. But gems, coins, gems, keys, nectar, and darkness. I think those all count as minor finds, and if we re-roll, they just roll into more of the same of that category. So it's likely not worth wasting door re-rolls unless I see God Boons, hammers, that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure HP counts as a major find, so we could potentially re-roll that. I don't know where coins fall into that mix. They're in this nebulous. I would consider them a minor find, but I guess they are more important than a meta progression item for the individual run. I think I will buy the HP here just for the sake of the survivability it offers, although we probably don't need it. We'll take it for the darkness here.
My coffers are not yours for pillaging.
And we'll take the shop here on the off chance it offers us a anything of value, honestly. But most importantly, a Zeus boon would be cool, or more Ares or Demeter, just to stack up our boons a little bit better. Oh man, these wave crashers or whatever they're called are the worst option for these infernal troves because they just dash away and they're nowhere within range of being hit.
That's quite enough.
They significantly extend the duration of the infernal trove challenge. All right, we'll go ahead and take this coin shop.
Can wash away my boons.
Nothing I want to sell because I'm kind of trying to stack up things for the duos. All right, so I guess what I will do is I will try and force Zeus in Elysium. Or maybe oh, hey, another Ares boon. So this is a chance for us to get the duo we're hunting for. Let's go ahead and see what we get.
Here's the fee.
Do we get it? We
My
do.
kin, I was just inquiring with Lord Dionysus here. Under which circumstances are the greatest mortal feasts of all prepared? Because I have a certain hunch regarding that.
I think he has a minor obsession about war. I just get the sense.
Yeah, Ares, I will hand it to you, man. There's nothing like a feast after a war, all right? Provided you're on the surviving side, that is. Otherwise, I guess they'll be feasting with you down there, Zag.
That's kind of dark, actually. Either way, Curse of Nausea, your hangover effects deal damage faster. Instead of every 5 seconds, it's every 0.35 seconds.
Duo power.
Every 0.5 seconds. I'm not sure if I said every 5 or 0.5 initially. But cool. All right. So that's one of the 2 duo boons we were hunting for this run.
How goes it lately, Lerny? Everything just fine?
So what we're going to do is we're going to toss our casts immediately so that we get our full damage boost from Ravenous Will. And then we just start smacking Lerny with a good old batch of attacks. Sadly, despite everything I put into the special, I don't think it is worth using over the attack in most instances here. It does have the nice benefit of slowing down these enemies substantially, so I guess there is that if I stack up Chill and then focus on my DPS. But that's about all I got. It also has the advantage of being a ranged attack, I suppose, which I shouldn't downplay the value of. We'll just spam special here to slow it down. It's kind of in an awkward, Lerny's kind of in an awkward position for us to reliably hit. I think he's gonna dash at us there. There we go. All right, now we just start smacking him with the shield. Okay, so we'll get him fully stacked on chilled. Now we'll charge up our special for when the heads spawn in. See what we can get hit. I wonder, you know, I bet Dionysus's Call comboed with Curse of Nausea would be extremely powerful, because Dionysus's Curse is one of actually the highest DPS's, or Call rather. Dionysus's Call is one of the highest DPS calls in the game actually, and the fact that you basically increase its damage by, I would say, about 30% is pretty wild. Its damage potential, mind you. Toss our cast into Lerny yet again and start smacking him with the attack one more time. I do appreciate that you can attack while your special's in the air, you just can't bull rush. Or maybe I'm mistaken, maybe it's just bouncing back to us too quickly for me to notice. Let me try something
Lovely
here.
chatting with you, Lerny dear.
Okay, yeah, never mind, I was mistaken. You can't attack while your shield is flying. So that, we have our dash range back, which is very much appreciated.
Oh, I didn't see you come in.
Let us go ahead and take the Zeus keepsake, because now really all we're looking for is Cold Fusion. The issue mainly here at this point is a simple matter of it's going to be hard to make that happen. The reason for that is we need a Zeus boon that can apply Jolted, we need the boon that actually applies Jolted itself, Static Discharge, and then we need the duo on top of that. So we need 3 boons at least from Zeus, or 2 boons from Zeus and then 1 boon from Demeter. So, I acknowledge the odds are low, but it's fine. I think, why don't we buy another Gate of Light of Ixion? Another Chaos Gate's never going to hurt us. Actually, it always hurts us unless we are running the Chaotic Egg or whatever it's called. The Cosmic Egg, maybe? But it's honestly fine. We have the option of choosing 3 options now instead of 2. And maybe we'll get something fancy. Yeah, there's the Chaos Gate.
Lots of exalted shades between me and the exit.
I think, yeah, okay, given these 3 options, we're taking the gate. Coin and Palm are cool and all, but don't really do that much. A Palm on the attack, one more level on the attack could probably benefit us a whole bunch, but let's see what we get here. 35% more attack damage, 35 damage on unstruck and foes, or your cast deals. Alright, yeah, we're gonna take the attack boon one more time. 3 encounters, I have 52% move speed.
I had suspected you would choose the same.
Chaos is having a lot of fun giving us movement debilitating abilities, unfortunately. It's kind of sad, but our attack boon right now one-shots these splitters. Our special does not, even when it's fully charged. And we have the Chaos level on it, we have the pretty decent Demeter. Uh-oh, I'm bugged, hold on. I think my controller disconnected there. Hold on. Hello? Please hold. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure what just happened there, but I was like, I am not charging my Bull Rush. Why am I charging my Bull Rush? Unfortunate. I'm still using the same controller, but I've been noticing it having a little bit of a problem lately. Not sure what's causing it, but it is an old Stadia controller. Oddly enough, I found, Google Stadia was a hot mess, and we didn't buy into it whatsoever. They sent us a free controller, they said if you, I don't even think it was a subscription bonus, but for some reason we got a free controller from them. They're like, hey, enjoy our controller? Why not try our service out or something like that, I imagine. Whatever the circumstances of how we came into ownership of this controller, I'm not complaining. It's actually a pretty darn solid controller. It fits in the hand comfortably, plays well. It's just, it seems its USB-C connector is struggling to survive a little bit. I do fear I may unfortunately have to pause regardless of having fixed my controller, because my stomach has taken a very terse understanding of my enjoyment of milk. I have a degree of lactose intolerance, and I know that very well. And sometimes I say, well, you know what? Milk just sounds so delicious, I couldn't help but want to drink it. And I suffer from severe gastric pain as a result, and I don't think I have a choice in the matter. I will be back. I will be right back. I am sorry. Okay, I am back from an entirely avoidable mistake, but I think... oh, we just clipped that through the wall.
What do we have here?
The game is breaking as much as my abdomen is. We always go for these infernal troves on the lower heats. I'm not worried about not making deadline here, and we're still hunting for as much meta progression as we can when given the opportunity to do so. And fortunately, I think I hit that right outside of range of that arrow, but it would have been nice to get the damage off. This is fine. Anyway, what can I talk about in the meantime? So, I think it likely will already happen by the time this episode goes up, but I am thinking about taking a bit of a break from
They had their
the
chance.
Pokemon playthrough that I've been running, just because I don't know if my heart's been in it. Honestly, like, I burnt out a little bit on it. Okay, there's our Zeus and a mini boss to go with him, unfortunately. Hi, Asterius.
Everyone's saying that the Queen is back. Do you know what that means, short one?
I have a mommy again.
Well, for me at least, it happens to mean quite a bit. I'm her son.
It doesn't mean a thing. We're still here to fight. Though for what it's worth, my mother also was a queen. May yours treat you better than she treated me. Better than I'm about to treat you here.
I would enjoy seeing what combat ability Persephone has, because presumably she has some. I won't say why, but I do have that consideration about her, given some other knowledge I am privy to. We'll just toss all of those casts at the bull, tag him with a couple stacks of chilled, and then maintain our DPS with the attack. Wow, look at that that poison tick. It's pretty rapid fire. I appreciate that. It feels pretty great. And this is a good instance for where our special does the work, because I can't get close to the bull. I would love some exit wounds from Artemis, but we just don't have the build for it, or we're not aiming for Artemis here, so unfortunately not likely going to see her at all in this run. I would enjoy seeing some slightly greater damage than what we're currently doing, but we're gonna... Did I really let Chilled run out there somehow? Weird. No matter. Alright, that's phase 1. Just trying to toss all the casts out, make sure my poison is still ticking on him at all times where possible. Drunken Dash actually seems to be doing pretty good work here for us, especially because we got Curse of Nausea going. I would love to get a Curse of Nausea and then whatever the Aphrodite Dionysus boon is, duo boon is, I forget its name, just to see like the maximum DPS potential of a hangover build come to fruition. We've had, I mean, that my fastest run was actually a Dionysus build, if I recall, on the aspect of Eris.
Enough.
All right, see you later, Bullman.
I guess I win this round.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. All right, Zeus.
My boon from chaos is transformed.
I have to tell you, Zagreus, that it was wonderful to meet with you at last. We were so pleased to learn Persephone was safe. And Nyx-wise, she's as stunning as they say. Shouldn't have lied to us about your parentage, but I know things get complicated here, and that what's done is done.
Glad to see that even in these instances, they're staying true to Zeus's canonical character, and that is he a horn dog. Lusting over Nyx, wow. Can't say I'm the biggest fan of Zeus's history. Alright, so let's see. I think between Zeus's Aid and Electric Shot, I'd probably take Zeus's Aid on the off chance we get Dionysus's Call, because I think we could do a ton of damage with Dionysus' Call. Yeah, we'll take Electric Shot here.
Electric.
And we're getting our next hammer, which could help us or may do nothing. I think the thing we stand to gain the most benefit from is either more stacking on the special, or more realistically, I think the thing that I would most want to see at this point is our attacks no longer knock enemies away, but do hit twice. I would very much enjoy that boon, I think, just because it will effectively double our attacks DPS, ignoring the benefits of our Doom procs, which are a big portion of our damage. So I'm not going to deny that reality, but it's fine. We've got kind of a weird synergy between the cast and the special, making us a fairly long-range build, all things considered. Alright, special can strike up to 4 additional foes before returning. Your bull rush charges up faster. Your bull rush... Wow, I guess they really wanted us to go with special build, because I have no interest in any bull rush type abilities. More Dionysus and Ares here could be fun, but not strictly anything I want. Patroclus would be cool just for the healing they bring, and... I mean, it would be fun to see more story with Patroclus and Achilles, but I do think I'll go for the duo here, because there are some boons that could benefit us, particularly Strong Drink would be helpful. I think I have an easier time dealing with Ares, so I'm going to take Dionysus here.
Look, Zag, I don't entirely recall what happened at that feast you threw for all of us down there, but let me tell you, I am under the impression it went smashingly. It was amazing, man. Let's have another one sometime, all right?
Dionysus got so blackout drunk he doesn't even remember it. That's funny. So we got the lowest effect of Dionysus's aid, but I still think we take it. Do we take premium vintage? Nah, I think we take Dionysus's aid. That'll give us some pretty solid damage.
You would deny such aid as I would offer you? How rather disappointing. You've more to learn about the art of dealing death, it seems.
Did what I had to do.
Anyway, so if I do move on from Pokemon, the real question is what comes next then, because I haven't really thought about that too hard. There's definitely some games I'm thinking about. Fuga on the Switch, playing some Pikmin. I definitely want to do some Breath of the Wild at one point or another, because I think it would be a lot of fun to replay that game. As much as incredible, I think, a feat of development that Tears of the Kingdom is, I definitely favor Breath of the Wild, and if I'm going to play one, I'm going to do that one first, because I will have more fun with it, honestly. Although I feel like there would be some fun chaos to record if I went the route of Tears of the Kingdom. There's fun chaos no matter which version I choose to, or which game I choose, frankly. But I've been mulling over. My favorite thing to do in Breath of the Wild is the photo mechanic and just taking selfies of all the enemies, selfies with all the enemies. It makes for some very chaotic and unpredictable encounters, and often a lot of untimely and unnecessary awkward deaths. But that makes it even more fun. Right, I should use Dionysus's call here for the exact reason I took it. Look at that, 105 damage, basically 3 times a second. So that's like 300 damage a second. That's wild.
After a show of violence such as that, how can I possibly remain upset, my kin?
You took a life of mine. I'm upset at you. Dire Misfortune sounds decent, so we'll take that. It's only 10 extra damage, so it's not a whole lot of damage stacking, but it is still damage stacking. And I have enough coin to afford a shop in the a boon in the shop, so we'll go for the HP here. Plus a HP chamber or a fountain chamber is quite appreciated here. There's another Dionysus boon. I think I could re-roll him and try to get another Zeus boon here. Maybe I do that. Yeah, let's try.
I implore the fates.
Okay, so apparently it can re-roll into other major finds such as HP, unfortunately. All right. I'll save my last re-roll most likely for Styx. The reason for that is I can guarantee some of the things I want. If I want to see God boons, then I leave the HP. Basically, Chambers and Styx cannot have more than one of the same. They can't have 2 of the same thing offered at once. So if I have a coin chamber offered and I re-roll, I will never see another coin chamber as long as I didn't take the first one and clear it out first. If I do clear out that coin chamber, then I can be offered another one. But basically, what I can do is I can use that to my advantage in Styx by potentially only taking God boon chambers first, or if I don't see a Zeus, re-rolling a God boon into potentially Zeus. Ideally, if I could find another key to earn another reroll, because I feel like I wasted it trying to reroll here. Maybe, yeah, I guess we'll take the shop here on the off chance it offers a Zeus. The odds of us seeing the 2 Zeus boons we are hunting for is very low. We'll take this.
Hello, young Zagreus.
Hi, Demeter. Alright, when all foes are chill afflicted, they take 10%, they're 10% slower and decay. That sounds great. Another damage over time effect. Stacks up pretty nicely with all our other dots. Alright. I feel overall like this run is pretty weak, and sadly we are unlikely to see Cold Fusion, but...
I swear, upon my honor, fiend, you shall not pass.
Alright, Gandalf. You do you, man. I think my strategy here is I'm just going to stack up Chilled as much as possible. Because it's going to make it more reliable to not take damage like I just did, I guess.
Your battle prowess leaves much to be desired.
I'm surprised he hit that there. He took that turn very wide because he was so slow. Alright, so the Minotaur is fully stacked. My 20% dodge chance is paying off in spades, apparently. Now that he's fully slowed, I shouldn't be so afraid to stack up some Doom on him, though. And try and drop Drunken Dash procs. Oh, you know what? Here, perfect.
Absolutely.
Look, just get as much poison stacked up on him as possible.
shall be imminently overrun, I can assure you, blackguard.
Theseus's attacks, or his little rockets that he throws, do quite a bit of damage.
What?
Oh, he's spinning, he's spinning. Got out. Cool. Alright, and well, bam. Toss some cast at him. I think this should finish him. With one more tap of the attack, and there we go. Let's go ahead and tag Dionysus with some casts. I think I just keep wailing on him with the special just to slow him down. Get some good hits with the attack. Alright, there we go. He's phased. I'll drop Dionysus's call as soon as he's vulnerable.
You stoop to, fiend. Lady Aphrodite, guide my hand.
To try and get as many poison stacks as possible. The issue with Dionysus's call is that the way Hangover applies is that once it stacks, it only applies the most recent stack. So if I apply the call and then I dash away and he gets hit by the dash's lower damage. The dash's lower damage overrides the call's huge damage. That's the one downside to stacking too many Hangover applying abilities. I kind of wish it didn't work quite that way, like they either stack separately or something of that nature. What do we take now? I guess I'll just take Myrmidon Embracer just so that we can get that leveled up a little bit further. This is 23 counters, this is 2 encounters. I guess, yeah, let's just take the Myrmidon Embracer. I don't feel like I'm in the most perfectly safe position just because we really lack
boons for coin.
All the damage and things of that nature that we could be asking for in this build, but we'll take what we got.
Check.
Anyway, back on the notion of what comes next. So Pikmin, Fuga. I think, honestly, I'm feeling most Breath of the Wild lately, but I don't know if I want to commit to such a huge playthrough like that right now. I probably want something smaller. Nano Apostle was a game I came across that I quite liked, and Nine Sols is also up there in terms of, like, probable next option. Alright, there is a Zeus boon in the shop, and there are no Zeus boons here, so what I could do is I could reroll one of these chambers for the sake of finding a Zeus. But let's start by taking this Zeus here and hope that we see Static Discharge.
Just what I need.
Which we do not. At that point, there's basically no chance of us getting the duo, so I think with that in mind, what I'll do here is I will take Billowing Strength, 20% more damage with our call, and what I will do after that is let's take this Demeter room. Yeah, we'll take the Demeter room first.
Here goes.
And what we're looking for here is, I don't even know. I don't really even know what I want from Demeter at this point. But I figure we'll take her first. Maybe she'll give us the Nourished Soul that just healed us a little bit. Really what I want at this point is just enough coin to potentially afford that Hermes boon, because if it gives us his legendary, at least we got 2 of the 3 things we came here hunting for. But we will see. Remembering to toss my cast out where possible, because it does do a fair bit of damage. Maybe it is still worth re-rolling for Zeus, just for the sake of getting Jolted. Even if we don't get Cold Fusion, Jolted still does a huge amount of damage. So I guess that's a fair thought, I think. Still feels like the bulk of our damage is our attack no matter what we do. It's odd though, like the shield attack objectively has less range and is overall weaker in terms of DPS potential than the sword, and yet I find it so much easier to reliably use. Likely because I can charge up Bull Rush and have a front-facing block of attacks. But even then, I don't know, it's hard to explain. The shield it feels way more versatile than the sword. It has a long-range option, even if that long range is very weak overall in proper DPS potential. It still just always feels more reliable than pretty much every other option I have with the sword. But that's just me. It's very much a me problem. I openly acknowledge that I'm just bad with the sword. It's interesting. I have a lot of... I've gotten several comments from people who are like, the sword is my favorite weapon, or particularly the Nemesis sword seems to be a very popular option for people. But I just, like, every time I pull out a sword, I'm disappointed by the outcome, mostly by my performance. Oh, well, there's Nourished Soul. Honestly, I think I'll take Arctic Blast, because that's a fair bit of extra damage for stacking up Chilled. Although having enemies 10 stacked is pretty crazy and very defensively beneficial to us. Maybe... I think I'm probably going to be depending on this for damage against Hades, so we'll take it. It's 80 damage, which isn't a whole lot, but it does allow us to kite him and then chunk him every now and again. For our final room, assuming we got a 2-room Styx, why don't we go ahead and take the Dionysus room? Yeah, we'll take Dionysus here. I don't think there are many things that he stands to offer us either. I won't complain about strong drink just for the HP return that it will give at the end of Styx. And that on its own might be just enough for me, honestly. Just a full heal at the end of Styx does sound pretty nice. That said, if I do not get the a 2-chamber Styx, or if I do get a 2-chamber Styx, I will likely do that coin chamber just for the sake of having a little bit more coin to afford that Hermes boon, assuming that we don't get enough here. It doesn't seem like I will. This is a weird interaction that is happening here. This rat is just sitting. Okay, there we go. And we'll bam. That was just a weird... Why are you letting me hit you non-stop like this? Like, that I don't know. I don't think the AI was bugged. I think the AI was just very committed to spitting out poison, and I kept interrupting it very rapid fire style there. Like what's happening right now. I guess it's just a rat thing. It's just a rat thing. 2024. Alright, so we did get at the 2-chamber Styx. And unfortunately, we do not have enough coin to afford that Hermes boon.
I accept this message.
Alright, after party, positive outlook. Well, turns out I didn't get any of the things I wanted, so I guess I'll just take the HP from Premium Vintage here. Yeah, I guess that's what we'll do here.
A special treat for Cerberus.
And it gave us a level on our special, which is quite appreciated since we need that damage. We need all that damage we can get. Alright, so let's get this fish, let's get the coin, and we'll buy ourselves a Hermes boon. I don't know where that accent came from. I think I'm just tired. It is somehow 1 a.m. at the moment. I don't know where the day went, but it has definitely come and gone.
Fish.
Alright, another scuffer.
Another scuffer.
Okay. Why don't I go ahead and toss my last reroll and see what we get here.
Let's try it.
Zeus. Honestly, there's a reasonable chance we get the 95 or the 85 coin we need here, even without doing a full coin giving chamber. And that then affords us the potential for a means of applying Jolted, which, like I said before, even if we don't get Cold Fusion, we can still potentially get just the damage potential of Jolted alone is worth rolling for it, I would say. I actually do seem to be doing a fair bit of damage with the cast right now, especially in these smaller chambers where it just bounces to everything so easily. The actual damage it deals is only 70 per hit, which is very lackluster, all things considered, but yet somehow I still find myself appreciating the damage that we've got on it. If anything else, if nothing else, it does take care of these tiny vermin very quickly. Which, you know me, I'm not a big fan of those tiny vermin. Also, fun little fact, these little mine tossing enemies here, if you pay attention to them very closely, oh man, I do want to buy this Death Defiance, but it's not worth it over the Hermes boon chance. Well, I mean, it's definitely worth it if I throw the run, but I don't think I'm throwing the run is what I'm getting at, I suppose. Wow, our shield bounces really fast. That's kind of wild. Anyway, what was it? I completely lost my train of thought again. I think, again, the fatigue of the day has caught up with me to the point that I am a little bit slow in the brain. But what is it I would want to say here? Basically, I think I got nothing, Kiwi. I want Jolted. That's basically what it boils. Oh right, it was these enemies. So these little mine tossing enemies. If you pay attention, when they throw their mines, a little mouse pops out of them. So they're actually run by the tiny vermin. It's kind of hilarious, actually. Let me see if I can kill everything except one of these, and then nope, I killed them. Never mind. Oh well. I think if I open the codex, you'll see that that's the case, though, which is kind of funny. But there we go. All right, Zeus. Jolted, please? Static discharge. There we go. Your lightning effects make foes jolted, an extra 60 damage every time they try to attack. One more debuff to apply to give us, or one more curse to apply that lets us get status privilege. But more importantly, we can afford the Hermes boon. All right, do we see the legendary? We do not. Oh well. God Gauge charging up automatically or second wind both sound really good. This one technically equates to more damage per second though, so I think I'll take Quick Favor here. 1% extra God Gauge every 1 second or something like that. 1.5 seconds.
Cerberus accepts the satyr sack.
Alright, let's go bring it to Dad and call it a run.
Bye for now, boy.
You did this. Even if this run didn't really give us quite what we wanted, it gave us one of the things we wanted, and that means one less thing on our checklist of things to think about.
Got here as quickly as I could.
Alright, Hades, what do you have to say about the feast?
The sea and air are very still this eve, though I suppose that is about to change.
I guess you have nothing else to say after the one bit of dialogue you had before, sadly. I wonder if you'll have some house dialogue if Persephone's away for the winter. Or not. I guess the winter's the only time she's not away. Never mind. I do feel as though I just kind of run away and toss my cast at all times at him. Then maybe toss a couple specials so that he's extra slow, and... You know, it's interesting. The game shows you the hitbox of Hades' swing, and yet it's still very often the case that he swings wider because he dashes forward. And so it's a little bit misleading what his actual range is. No matter. We should be phasing him shortly. Maybe I don't want to pop that chilled effect on him. Alright, we have our Greater Call fully charged, so I'm going to wait for Hades to become vulnerable, and then we'll go ahead and toss him with it. I'm going to wait for him to darkness, because I have a feeling that's coming up soon. I think it has some sort of internal cooldown. I might be mistaken. Hades, you're looking a little slow there. Alright, you never mind. Never mind. We're going to just pop Dionysus, and now he'll use Darkness Watch. I do wonder if maybe it gets triggered by him having dots on him. It could be. It's a possibility. It's not clear. Thankfully, we got a whole bunch of ticks on him, and that took care of his... Would you call it his second first phase?
Torment to you if you speak of this.
Need help with something, Father?
Thankfully, I know I said this when I first considered taking the Demeter cast, or Demeter special rather, it's just chilled, stacking up chilled on enemies just makes them horrendously easy to kill. It makes everything just so much less scary briefly, unless you clear the effect. But there we go, okay. That's phase 1 done. Phase 2 should not be nearly as difficult for me. Granted that phase 1 wasn't really difficult either. He says and then immediately gets clipped in the face by that. Alright, let's go ahead and pop our call. I think I just DPS him. Here, I just ignore everything and just focus on DPSing him. I mean, if he's just going to stand still and let us get away with that, I mean, why wouldn't I? I did unfortunately dash there, which means I removed the call debuff effect there. Honestly, it may be better to just... Oh, hold on. Lasers. I think I can bang my shot like this and still whack him with it. That's pretty funny. I think, honestly, it might be worthwhile to just use my call as soon as I have it, because it ticks 120 every time. And actually, for what it's worth, my dash does 85, it seems, so it's not terrible. I was hopeful I'd be close enough to hit him with some ticks that I think we just melee him to death at this point. Ignore the damage I take. There we go.
You owe this victory to all your relatives.
My relatives didn't really cooperate with what I was aiming for on this run, Hades. I think you're a little mistaken, and did you see my last run? My last run was boonless on Extreme Measures 4. Stop blaming the Olympians on your losses.
You're quite strong.
That's more accurate. Alright.
I did it.
So, I guess this was the really weird special build that just did not pay off at all. But why don't we make it look like it did? Let's get rid of our keepsake. Or our chthonic companion. I don't think that makes sense. Curse of Nausea, sure, that was pretty cool. I think, honestly, just toss that there. All right, whatever. 42 win streak, 74 total wins. A very slow run, all things considered, but a win nonetheless.
My weapons can grow even stronger now.
I'm happy that our gems are a nice round number.
In his great hurry to explore the countryside, the hapless-footed prince steps on the peel of a most exotic, sallow-colored fruit and tumbles backward with such sudden, violent force that you know what occurs.
I think that's the third death by banana we've had in this playthrough. I would have expected them to kind of cycle through the different death options a number of times, but it seems like it's just an RNG chance, maybe.
I did it.
Hypnos has been away for a while. Alright, yeah, Persephone's gone, so I suspect that Hades is going to have some custom dialogue about it.
Good work. Your mother's very clever, Zagreus. I always thought you got that from your father. Now I'm not so sure. So all is well with the Olympians again?
For now, I think it is. But you know how they are. How we all are, I guess.
Huh. Yes, indeed. Well then, I guess enjoy it while it lasts, as mortals sometimes say. I'll see you out there.
Bye, Than.
Bye, Than. All right, what do you two have to talk about here?
You raised him well, O Knight. You know that, I hope. Though I can't imagine even you could have expected this outcome. Thank you for making all this possible for all of us.
Look, it's our surrogate parents talking to each other. I do believe in the last episode specifically, I called them Mommy Nyx and Daddy Achilles.
You are to thank for this outcome as much as I, perhaps more so. For I have little choice but to serve this house. I was created in this realm, and it is everything to me. But you, your loyalty could not have been assumed.
Oh, I don't know. I felt I had no choice either except to serve this house. At least at first. But in training the prince, preparing him, I felt like I was living for something again. As strange as that may sound.
Finding life and death, I suppose.
Nevertheless, given the circumstances of your life and servitude, you need not have given so much of yourself. The greatness of your mortal days followed you into death.
You are most kind, O Knight.
Alright, let's go find out about the situation of our actual parents after some good pets for good boys.
Boy. Yes, you are.
Yes, he is the best boy. Cerberus is a good boy. He gets all the pets. What do you have to say for yourself today, Cerberus, after we've pet you now?
Cerberus acknowledges the prince with an affection tempered well with time.
Yeah, it is fun to be aggressively affectionate, but not everyone appreciates that.
So now that the festivities are over with, it's back to work like this, the same as ever.
Do you have any idea what happens when you announce the underworld as a queen, boy? Damn it. Zagreus, I mean. You become inundated with well wishes from every blasted shade that wants something.
Well, at least he's making more progress than Tisiphone is, to his credit.
You're responding to well wishes? Aw. Don't you think some of your subjects are sincerely happy for you?
The work, nevertheless, has to be done.
The work of just acknowledging someone wishing you well? I'm confused by that statement.
I trust your never-ending toil in the underworld is proceeding well, my friend.
Of course it is. Oh, look, you're featured house servant again.
Orpheus made the board.
Alright, broker, anything good for us today? Chthonic keys for darkness, not even remotely worth it. Give me more darkness,
Chef.
please.
Oh, hi.
Oh, Dusa.
Freshly caught,
What are you
just for
doing
you,
over
Chef.
here?
You
Just
said
gems.
wisely, my
Okay,
friend.
Dusa, I guess you have something to say about the festivities?
Dusa, this whole place, it looks immaculate. That's even after all Olympus came here for that giant feast. How did you get everything clean so fast?
Dusa is very efficient at what she does.
Oh, well, I guess I have my ways, Prince. Sometimes you get one of those jobs and you just want to give it everything you've got, you know? I get a lot of jobs like that. Feeding Cerberus, cleaning the rafters. But this one, I just knew it was the perfect job for me.
Well, you did amazing here.
That you did, Dusa. Good job, although I would have liked to see the party's aftermath a little bit. I think it would have been funny to observe. Yep, so Persephone is away. Not addressed by any of the house members, whether she's like her usual away, where she just disappears for a little bit, or if she's like out in Olympus. Alright, now, before I forget, I am going to go ahead and reset my mirror perks, because I like Fated Authority in some instances, but Fated Persuasion is generally the preferable option here. God's Legacy we keep. I think that's really the only thing I need to change back. Go ahead and take back Stygian. Actually, I guess I'll keep running Infernal Soul until we get the Hermes Legendary. But I think it's about time to round out that run, Kiwi, so let's say goodnight to Skelly.
You want another piece of this or what?
Oh, look, we're finally being offered a spear run. The spear somehow has been used extremely little on this playthrough, even though I wouldn't mind playing it a little bit more. But why don't we go ahead and... Which of these do I want to run? I have 9 Titan Blood, so I could in theory max out one of these. I mean, Aspect of Achilles is always the best option. It's by far the strongest spear on this list. So why don't we go ahead and max out Achilles, and we'll take him for a spin on the next run. With all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this has been helping you. Wow, I just forgot my closing remark. I think it's time for bed, Kiwi. Kiwi, I hope if you're awake, this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.
Oops, gotta go.